guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. Today seems to be the Acura Honda big unveils at Pebble Beach kind of day. Well, guess what? I have special photographs of something that is going to lead us into the future. What are we talking about? We're talking about this 2025 Acura Performance EV. What the heck is it all about? Let's dive in and see if we can find out. And here we go. This is something that was actually fully designed by Acura and Honda right in Ohio. As you know, that was the birthplace of the second gen Acura NSX. So interesting to see where the design and the foresight into the future is coming from. Now, looking at this performance EV, I'm thinking you could see where they're going with by creating these coupe SUV style EVs that are going to be performance oriented. And Chevy's already talking about a Corvette SUV. They're also talking about a Camaro SUV that's going to be EV. So it kind of makes sense to me where Acura would go with this and take the NSX name and attach it to this performance EV SUV. And the reason why they're doing this is obviously from a marketing standpoint of using certain nameplates to garner attention. Now, looking at this particular performance EV, you could see some really good style. It's nice to see where they're going from a styling standpoint, putting the whole EV thing aside. Now, because it is an electric vehicle, what they're able to do is they're able to take those wheels from this side shot and really lengthen the wheelbase, stretch the wheelbase very, very far apart, because there's lots of design things you could do with an electric vehicle, especially something like this, compared to your standard ICE setup, the internal combustion engine setup. But I really like the way they're working that side fender vent. You have those scoops on the hood that are obviously there for some type of specific aerodynamic flow to either give you downforce or to help cut through the air, because at the end of the day, when it comes to these EVs, it's not just about a larger battery, it's about creating less drag resistance. One area where it kind of screams NSX to me is that back rear area. The way they worked the taillights, the way they worked up that kick-up rear spoiler, and even the lower portions of the rear bumper, you could see that second gen NSX there with it. I think from a styling standpoint, it's nice to see some fresh style. It's just going to be interesting, of course, when we say electrified vehicle, many of them are performance oriented. So is there a doubt in my mind that this could be high performance? No. 2 electric motors, sky's the limit when it comes to horsepower, or you could even go more than just 2 electric motors. You could do a 3 motor setup or even a quad motor setup. The thing to remember is that the current performance EV from Acura, which remember was that joint connection between Acura and General Motors, the ZDX, the Type S produces 500 horsepower. In the EV world, performance EV world, that's a lot, but obviously you look at Lucid Air Sapphires, you look at Tesla Model S Plaids, they're producing over 1,000 horsepower. So my hope with this vehicle, at least from a performance standpoint, is you're going to have more than the 500 horsepower. Acura, I think, will be more conservative and probably keep it to 700, maybe 800 horsepower. But the thing that kind of kills it for me when it comes to performance EVs is that the numbers kind of go out the window because they're all fast. The instant torque, fast 0 to 60. I mean, it's part of the thing that comes with having an EV is that fast performance acceleration. So, it's one of those things that I think for people that are looking for more variety when it comes to not only EVs, but especially performance EVs, this is nice to see that Acura is working on something themselves and not doing a joint venture. I just, like I said, if they put the NSX name on this, is that going to cause a big upset? I mean, I feel like for the most part, most people got over the whole Mustang Mach-E thing. I mean, it hurt in the beginning. Will it hurt people? I don't know. Will it bother them? We'll have to see. But the wheels that you're seeing are 23 inches in diameter. So with wheel and tire technology, things keep getting larger and larger and larger. 21-inch wheels. Tires are 295. 295 on the width, 35 series sidewall. So that's like a rubber band wrapped around a 50-gallon drum. But like I said, looking at the back, that tells me NSX all day long. I'm seeing NSX taillights, I'm seeing an NSX rear end, and that makes me very worried because I don't think we should be using these names. I think it's crazy that Chevrolet wants to make a Corvette SUV. I know people want to see the Camaro come back because it's dead, but if it comes back as an SUV, that's sort of like somebody dying and then coming back as a zombie. They're back, but do you really want to hang out with them? I'm not too sure you want to. It would be a risky little piece of business, but the way they did the roof line, I like that rear quarter panel area that comes up that is body colored with the rear glass hatch area. But interesting how they decided to keep it a two-door. And my question is, that points more to a performance EV that's known as the NSX. Is this your third generation NSX that you're looking at? God, I hope not. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I felt like the NSX would be nice if there was a third generation, but is this the answer? I'm not so sure. So it's going to be interesting to hear more stats about this battery technology. Where is Acura going to get their battery technology? Because they're not going to use an Ultium battery pack because that's what they're using with the ZDX. And after that model, once production is done on the ZDX, GM's going that way and Acura's going the other way. So what type of battery technology, what type of range, and then, like I said, to call this a performance EV, does it have performance to compete with the rest of the big dogs, the Teslas, the Lucids? I mean, even Rivian has some pretty extreme performance when you look at their quad motor setup. So Acura, Honda, the rest of the Japanese brands are playing a little bit of a catch-up game. And from a styling standpoint, cool. But I'm just not so I'm not so sure what people are going to think about this vehicle until you tell me in the comment section. But also having the NSX name. If that happens, are there going to be a lot of people that just lose their crap and just go nuts and start protesting and driving to Ohio and picketing the design studio? Will I be there? Probably not, because I got a lot of media travel to do and a lot of films to record and reviews to do. But we'll have to wait and see. But very interesting that Acura decided to use Pebble Beach and the Monterey Historics, this location, to unveil this vehicle. It's not the first time that they have unveiled a concept vehicle at Monterey. They've done it multiple times, but just very interesting to see, especially with all the backpedaling that's going on with electrified vehicles. I know we're still moving in that direction, but there's been a lot of brands that have been backpedaling, slowing down this movement towards electrification. But let me know in the comment section, do you like what you see here? And do you think you'll like it if it's got the NSX name on it? I'm very curious to see what you have to say in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. Need to give it up to Lori Raiti. You know, she looked at these images and I had to help her pick her jaw off the ground because she's a little bit in shock. Right now, she's not even moving. That's because she's working the camera. But anyways, thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.